Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020. It's career mode, and we've hit the century mark. It's episode 100. Oh my goodness, as the game lags so bad on that corner. Hopefully I did not just lose 20 seconds trying to take a little left-hand corner there, as we definitely took the long way around there. So we ride with Denny Ginn at the British National Championship. Obviously, we're in the time trial. The U.S. has already come and gone. Not all of my riders are eligible right now. The reason why is we have a race, unimportant one, that's in its final stage today. So I do have a handful of riders that couldn't make it into a race. Now, normally we run about a 76. That was a fair bit of uphill through there. I do look to maybe have gone out the gates a little too hard, so we are going to back off a little bit. We have slipped 2 spots now. We are third. Geraint Thomas in the lead. I ride number 51. So there is 5 riders after me. 5 riders out there beyond me, I would think, in number. As I go to lap the guy in front of me, that's not even the guy in front of me, still in the lead at the next check. Still third. That's got to be everybody through the first check by now, if I'm that close to the end. So second check, I'm up to a 13-second lead, but Jerry Hunt is ahead of me. That was one of the 2. Geraint Thomas is the other one we're looking for. And in terms of energy expenditure, I'm still a little bit on a net deficit. This is our last uphill section. We have another downhill section after the third and final time check. And then we will have a downhill, so we can recover a little bit of energy, but I do think I'm going to have to back off ever so slightly. So we're going to go down to 75 here. I'm all the way down to 4th now, as Brian Barrow passed me up. So I dropped 1 spot through that second sector. So I'm looking at probably a top 5 at this point as we approach the end. But again, will I make it? Here's the tuck. Here's where we're going to recover a little energy, but I don't think I've got enough energy to get all the way to the end. We're going to have to back off, which that's going to hurt our time. So I think we're looking at 4th place or possibly worse. 2K to go. Not out of energy yet. Not out of energy yet. And 4th place at that 3rd time check. Again, here's that finish line. We are out of energy now. Got the lead at the finish by 32 seconds. But I'm definitely going to slip down. Craig Andrews was the one who was closest behind me, so I think I'm in for a 4th place. Jerry Hunt goes top. Geraint Thomas ahead of him. Here comes Scott Davies. Davies about a minute behind. Goes 7th, so I'm ahead of him. Here's Barrow, who was ahead of me. That was the one who moved up that 1 spot, and he finishes right there, slotted in between. So Geraint Thomas with the win. Jerry Hunt 2nd. Barrow, who we were ahead at the first check, but he led the rest of the way. And then we hold serve. We take 4th place. So I did fade just a little bit right in that last kilometer or so. We lost a little bit of time there. But we hold on for a solid 4th place finish in the British National Championships with a 75 time trial rating, but a +5 rating. Really, really helped out. All right, so we're on to the road races of the National Championships, and we're just getting underway for the U.S. National Championship. And I've tried to do, hopefully, what is the smart thing by putting a guy into the break. And see, Chad Haga, Justin Hawaiian trying to break away from the breakaway. That's because it was pulled back together. There was a couple really strong riders like Joey Rosskopf who are, again, trying to go away with me. But if those guys are in the break has a real chance. So I've got to get somebody in there who is quite capable. And then force other teams to do the chasing, because I only have 4 riders here. So I really don't want to be wasting my riders doing the chasing. So let's wait a moment here and then attack again.
There's a few riders jockeying for position at the front.
I don't think Mishik Smith is a threat. I think it's Chad Haga or Joey Rosskopf who they're chasing after.
Some teams can't be happy with the breakaway.
Roscoff is the most likely candidate for that threat. Just 56 in the Peloton, plus 3 away, so we have 59 riders here at this U.S. National Championship, and Smith has recovered. I'm going to send him again. He either is incapable of getting off the front at the moment, or TJ Van Garderen is chasing, which I don't think is the case. There you go. Finally, he gets away. And they are definitely not chasing Smith. So he's 30 seconds away. We've got 3 riders up the road that he is trying to join. And again, this is to take the burden off from us. We got Joseph Berry in there, Justin O'Lyon. Chad Haga is the biggest threat in terms of climbing and resistance ability. How are we doing on that gap? We're a minute away. We're 55 seconds away from those guys in front of us. I think our better chance of catching them has more to do with the field sitting up, and therefore the front sitting up once they have enough of a gap. It's 2 minutes. And comparatively, Bishop Smith is quite close in ability, and he's got that +2 race day condition.
It's now more than 2 minutes. The Peloton seems content to let it grow.
To Haga, so that could be a real good thing for us if we can get up there. We could absolutely contend for the win if the break hangs on. Gaps at 55 seconds. We have a nice little downhill section here where we can push a little bit harder through there. So let's speed up. Now it's just 33 seconds. One more rider riding in the gap, which is Ashley. Ashley's no threat. That would give us a group of 5 in the end, and I've nearly caught up to him. Alright, so back here, everybody's recovered. They've sat up. Things are getting comfortable. And now we're going to pick up the pace a little bit. Once 5 of us are together, are we not allowing Ashley to join us? Gap's out to 3 minutes. I don't necessarily want this to go too far away, but Smith certainly, like I said, has a shot if we do manage to stay away. He's got a shot of winning. Should easily get a podium with the riders that are here. Okay, he's into his recovery. Guys behind suddenly picking up the pace. Clear that off just a little bit. 154k to go. We've got the same climb. This is my favorite of the U.S. national courses. I would imagine we'll have 1, 2, or possibly 3 riders fall away before the end on this one, because I've got these 3 weaker climbers in this group, and that Chad Haga and I, plus maybe 1 on a positive race day condition of this bunch, will be holding out in the end. I technically sent my weakest guy, but not entirely. Telford, arguably weaker than Smith, at least for this type of profile. But I definitely left my stronger guys for Mark, the favorite, and Jorgensen, his best support rider of the 4 that are here. Some of the American riders were at that race. Oh, no. Is this what we're down to? Am I down to just 4 American riders? That doesn't seem right. I think I have more than that still. Gap down to 236, and we're down to 112 kilometers. We haven't picked up the pace. Peloton has. We are going... Okay, now we're starting to pick up the pace. Countering now that it's down to 2.5 minutes. Go and grab water. 103k to go. Let's do the same back here. Especially while the pace isn't too bad right now. Pace is suddenly really picked up here in the breakaway. Alright, do enough to get back in the mix for now. I don't want to do the work on the climbs. Starting to see an attack from the Peloton, and we're starting to see riders dropped. No, fall. Brian,
One of
King,
the back
both in it.
markers has given up.
Chilton out of the race. And we are starting to blink red,
Several riders
even
are
at a
attempting to break
78. So
away.
chase is intensifying.
You see that? You can read the pain on the faces at the back of the
And
peloton.
you can really see
There's
it
a growing
here.
number of riders left behind.
Gaps coming down, but we're working quite hard. 81 still blinking red. Okay, we'll set that up to an 83. Definitely don't want to speed through this part. We have an ever-changing tempo at the front with all this undulation. Go back to ×2 for now. There's one rider in no man's land between us, Larry Warbase. I think that might be the purpose of this chase. We still have 6 times to go on the climb, 6 more
We're
laps.
into the last third of the race. We'll soon know the final outcome.
5.5, that is.
A small group of riders are trying to get clear of
Big
the bunch.
attack from some of the top climbers, but non-punchers. Alright, so we've had the kind of attack that needs to be responded to as some of the top riders. There we go. Okay. We're okay. We're okay. For now, they've been pulled back, but we got to keep an eye on this. Smith's group down to a minute 40. Heavy pace again. I clearly see EF and whoever this is in the blue and white, both trying to get multiple riders to escape. Multiple riders out the back already. And I suspect many more to come. We're in pretty good shape compared to quite a few of the riders around us, but there's definitely going to be some competition in this one. Remember, for Mark's only a 70 for his mountain rating. Great for the hills part, which is really good for here. But if it's made too hard over these next few climbs, he might not be there at the end. Those guys are up the climb. These guys are coming up on the finish line here. No attack this time. Pace wasn't as bad. Few riders, 3-4 riders dropped this time up the climb. Thinning the field out just a little bit more, but really it wasn't that bad this time. I think that was just the poor climbers that were out of energy are dropped finally. Last time getting water. Smith able to skip a turn out of that, so that's nice. Let's go ahead and get water now while we go through the descent with Jorgensen. Best time to get it, safe time to get it. Group suddenly not cooperating. That's because the pace is lifted a little bit more. It's always weird. Every time you don't cooperate, they really, really react strongly to that and want to attack and want to overcommit. But then you get riders in the group that just sit on the whole time. And I want to say that Barry and Haga are, yes, they are trying to attack. Let's go with them. We're going to end up leaving at least one rider behind. We do. Hawaiian out. Really? They weren't attacking anymore. Okay, there you go. We're back in it. That used a lot of Smith's energy. One little climb. Wow. Wow. That hurt him fast. Hawaiian's out, so the group's down to 4. They still have a minute and a half. Just a few laps to go. Meanwhile, here at the front, Telford's starting to feel the pain a little bit, but that group's hanging on. Okay, we're backing off a little bit. There's a lot of fatigue now in these 4 riders after that movement. We are one of the few left. Hawaiian's back. It's not Hawaiian who's been dropped. It is Ashley. Wyan's obviously the next candidate to get dropped, though. I think the weakest climber. Barry's a 68. Haga's a 70. Wyan a 60. Yes. Really surprised Wyan hasn't been dropped yet, but I'm guessing this time through that's going to happen. Okay, Eisenhart, EF really turning the screw right now. And we're doing okay. Doing okay for now. The chase is starting to struggle. Could we see another attack here? I think I could ride some of these guys off the wheel right now, but we don't have much energy left. We don't have much energy left, but I think that's going to be the case for all of us. Down to 3. There you go. Down to 3. Now we can back off. As expected, it's Wyan who's left behind. Under a minute to a very thinned out peloton, now just 31 riders. And we can see Smith up ahead. And go ahead and gel up. 2 laps to go. Beginning the penultimate lap here. And the peloton just shrunk a little bit further. We were already at the top, but the back end of the peloton wasn't. And we're seeing that next attack. Time to respond. We're going to put Smith right on the front here in just a moment. Because guaranteed we are pulling those guys back. Telford gently, and then we're going to catch up to Smith. I think this is the decisive moment, not the final climb. It's back to 4. Oh, it's McNulty. McNulty's here. McNulty's at the front. Yeah, we can't let that go. Smith has no chance, just a few seconds out front. Okay, this is what I was looking for. That's what I'm looking for now. Smith, penultimate climb. Come on, oh, Smith, why are you dropping back? Come on, lead this thing out, buddy. There goes Simmons. And we have a group of 6 off the front. We have escaped. We have escaped. So we have Sean Bennett, Nielsen Palace. Let's make him chase. Can we follow Palace? He's easily one of the favorites here. Alright, so now Smith has been dropped. Behind us, this race has blown wide open. There's about to be a gap with Smith there. You got Sepp Kuss, William Barta, and Dana, who I don't know, hanging on, but then we've got our group. Now, as long as Telford can follow, we'll let him do this. We've got 3 riders at the front. This is what we got to watch out for. Now, it's Barry and it's Simmons now and McNulty. So Barry, the only one left from the original break. Simmons and McNulty burning themselves out. We've got to be close enough here, though. 50 seconds. I want to burn out our contenders. Paulus, Haga into this group. Ah, we're back to 19. Dang it. Okay. Well, hello, Smith. Smith, yes! Smith doing the chasing for now. He's out of energy. Telford, you need to take a turn. We can't let those guys get away. We've got to be in striking distance. We're down to 40 seconds. Simmons and McNulty attacking. Good, waste your energy. Waste your energy. There you go. They've left Barry behind. Attack on the flat when you're climbers. Gel. Telford working hard on the flat. It's out to a minute, but they're using their energy now. Okay, Jorgensen, your turn. Not 99, please. Thank you. 92, though. Lead out Kevin Vermark. Gel, 4K to go. Okay, we pulled it back to 55 seconds there. And now Jorgensen. Let's see your punchiness. Okay, 2.3K. Jorgensen going hard. Jorgensen, while we still can, we're going to sprint. And we just escaped. It's us and Paulus. 1K to go for Mark. 1K, buddy. We're going to get second place. We're going to get second place. Quinn Simmons takes the win. Brandon McNulty second. That was lapping somebody, not moving up a spot. But for Mark does beat out Paulus, barely, for third. Those guys, that final move in that break was the decisive move. Good move by Simmons and McNulty. They held on. I didn't think they were going to have enough energy to put in that strong of a performance. We were quite close in the end. We certainly pulled back at least 30 seconds there. I was looking for another team to take up the reins on that chase. Paulus was the only one willing, and that might have been what was just enough for Vermark to beat him to get on the podium, but that's not a win. I was hoping to win today. I was hoping to win, but it's a little difficult with just 4 riders. We were certainly in the right condition for it. At this point in the game, there are definitely a handful of really good riders, and EF has a big advantage. And McNulty and Simmons played that really well. I don't even know when McNulty slipped off the front. I saw Simmons make that move and go, and I didn't think he was going to bridge that gap solo, but they did just enough. Joseph Berry ended up huge for them because Berry still being there and contributing for a little bit longer helped conserve just a little bit of energy for those guys, and I think that might have made the difference. Burning Smith ended up not helping us. I mean, it kept us from having to chase, but who was it who had to chase there at the end to try to bring it back? Yeah, it still ended up being me. I got just a little bit out of Smith. I got just a little bit out of Telford at that point. And then Jorgensen, who really should have just been leading the final, 1.5K on the climb, had to lead a bit longer than that. He had to lead for about 5K. So we got 8th place. Certainly not a bad result. And under the circumstances, what can you do? When do you go? If I make that move with them, you have a stronger contingency at the front. You have all the podium places locked down. More likely you're going to see riders in the chase group actually want to contribute besides just Nielsen Paulus. Right? Paulus was the only one at that point who was going, I'm a contender. I can win this thing. I'm going to chase this down. Colombia National Championships, it's Pavel Rodriguez, the rookie, who is among the favorites. A lot of riders already dropped first time through. The first breakaway was caught, and the tempo was kept during the climb, and it was made difficult. The result, quite a few riders are totally out of this race. Just in the early stages. We're hitting this same climb. It's in 2 stages. First stage is 7 kilometers, but 3,000 meters of climbing during that 7 kilometers. 6.4%. That is quite steep, quite long. We do have a formed break. The climb has not been as hard this time around. Second phase, 8.2 kilometers, so that's 15K of climbing in all. 5% is the average gradient, but we do have 2 downhill sections, and then otherwise it's all pure climbing. That was the first downhill section a moment ago. We're going to come up on the second one here shortly. Once we hit the top of the climb, row, our support climber is going to go get some water for Rodriguez. It's nice to have that. Being that we have the one strong Colombian rider, but at least he has one decent support rider. Okay, so we've hit the top. Let's go ahead and get water. This is about 150 kilometers for the day. 88 left to go. We're just about to hit the halfway point. The breakaway has never formed up properly. Those guys are all over the place. That's the only little uphill swing on that descent, so you can really recover on the descent, but it depends a little bit on how deep you go. You can see Moreau, even though he's gone the same distance Rodriguez has and all he's done is protect, you can see he's gone a lot deeper because he is not recovering anywhere near as much, but he's really helping Rodriguez out, making the day much easier for him. But of course, some of the world's best, absolute best, are here at this race, and we're going to have to overcome that to get a decent finish today. Rodriguez, +2 race day condition. Actually, we've lucked out here. So Rodriguez is on a fitness peak, but the weather is hot. It's Colombia. No surprise. Summertime here. Or is it? It's not summertime here, is it? June? Southern Hemisphere? It's wintertime. It's cooler right now. Well, it ended up hot anyway, as we're catching most of the breakaway riders. Now just 4 riders left. They have a 5.5 minute lead. Holy cow, who is in that break? Ricketts, Leyva, Reyes, Ugas. Okay, we're okay in the strength. Yeah, you can see how quickly we just pulled them back. That was over a minute we pulled back on that last little sector. 27 riders left in the peloton. See the numbers just shrinking, and we're approaching the final climb. This is it, approaching the final climb. Let's go ahead and get water. Moreau, can you do that quickly for me, buddy? Yes. Okay. Recover. And done. Okay. Ready for the finish. Moreau, we are going to use your gel quite soon. And Rodriguez, we are prepared for a huge increase in tempo. Gap down to 3 minutes already. And am I doing not water? Ooh, almost clicked the wrong button. Button, who's got the button? All right, Moreau, we're going to gel up now. Like I said, I think the pace is about to intensify big time. 3.5 minutes, gap just opened right back up. All right, here it is. Rubio. I can see Quintana behind him also. Go 88. Yeah, Quintana.
It's an attack!
Rodriguez. Is that our Rodriguez? No. João Rodriguez. Danny Martinez. Sergio Henao looking to make a move. There's Miguel Angel Lopez with Ineos. Sosa, Hagita, Bernal, Chavez. And then we're about to leave everybody else behind, I think. Methinks that's about to happen. A little bit harder here, Moreau. Just 25 in the peloton. And yeah, Colombia. Man, oh man. Climbers. Keep up the chase. Here goes Bernal. Okay, Moreau, keep up the chase.
Those guys up front aren't going to be making too many friends today.
There's your front 3. They've got some separation. I'm trying to set this up for a be close. Get over this first part. And they sit up. Oh, nice. Nice. Okay, Moreau's done though. Moreau is done. But right now. Okay, second wave. Now we go.
Several riders are attempting to break away.
Rodriguez, go to the front and attack. Let's see. Can we go with Bernal? Remember, this is going to be it. It's a downhill to the finish. We have gained separation. Okay, downhill section. 99 through here. 19 seconds. 21 seconds behind. Okay, here's that first partial climb. We need to gel up. We're going for it. All or nothing today. And we're about to bridge the gap. We've done it. We've bridged the gap. We're 30 seconds ahead. Bernal's not working. Why are you not working, Bernal? Come on, buddy. Do you not have anything left? Front 4. Still a 30-second gap behind us. We have one little section left. There we go. Back in place, back in place. Time for me to sit up a little bit, but we can't let those guys come back at us. And we do. Now it's 12. Why? Bernal is rookie Pavel Rodriguez that strong of a rider to you? Breakaway still has all 4 riders, and they still have a minute gap. We need to attack before that. I can't attack. I have no sprint capability. We're just going to have to hang on here and attack on the descent.
We've got 15 kilometers to the finish line.
Yeah, the breakaway is going to win this. So many dominant climbers, and the most dominant climber didn't want to work with me. He should have been right at the front leading the thing himself. And he didn't, and he let everybody come back at him. And he allowed the breakaway to go away. That is just beyond me. Okay, we have recovered a bit. Let's see if we can attack and leave this group. Can we open a gap? We've got a nice long descent ahead of us. Can we open up a little space? There's some space. There is some space. And look, it's not hurting me at all. We're taking a risk on the descent here. Pro cyclist mode, I'd be using my skills. Okay, we still have a gap. We still have a gap. We don't have a gap. We do have a gap. Last little uphill. That's where we could open things up slightly. Okay, back into this downhill.
Again, an attack is launched.
Pedaling. 3.8K. 3.8K. Here we go. 3K. We're going at a 90 here. 92 now. 8-second lead over 3 riders. 1.7K. 94 now. Inside the last kilometer. Breakaway takes the win. Can we get 5th? Can we literally beat the world's best climbers to the line? We do. We do. Oh, that makes it that much more disappointing that the breakaway claims the victory. Pavel Rodriguez beats the world's best climbers. Yes, he does. Sosa takes 6th. Hagita, Saceda, Bernal only 9th place. Very disappointing for him. Rubio 10th. Danny Martinez 11th. John Anderson Rodriguez is 12th. Quintana is 13th. Winner Anacona is 17th. Alejandro Osorio is 19th. I mean, that's it right there, folks. I mean, there is no other country besides Colombia right now that has this quantity of elite climbers. Moreau took 28th. And we just beat all of them, with the exception of the breakaway that was allowed too much. I was not a top contender. I was a contender. And I had just 2 riders here. There were quite a few teams that had multiple riders. I can't believe... What I'm dumbfounded about here is Bernal. Bernal in that breakaway position. Shoulders weren't bobbing. He and I, if we work together, he and I stay away from that chase pack, so we never end up back in that group of 12. Maybe it's the 3 of us who get there. Maybe it's just the 2 of us who get there. But I bet you he and I together bridge that gap and make it to that breakaway. And then, if I attack on the descent like I did and do what I managed to do, I would have won that thing. And even if I don't, even if I can't go with Bernal, I probably could have held on for 2nd, doing the same thing I ultimately did, leaving the breakaway behind, who would have been completely exhausted from a whole day in the breakaway. But are you kidding me? I mean, that level of give up attitude on that climb, and just resigned and gave it to the break. Those 4 riders are nothing compared to the guys that, in that Peloton. So surprising. So surprising. 5th place, though. Another good result. Good result. That has got to have something for our sponsors in terms of a plus or 2, you would think. They don't seem to take the national results as seriously as they used to, as they once did. I mean, remember back when we had, what was it, Ouch Africa? And before that, well, not Ouch Africa, like the years before that, the Chebeco, the Spanish one. Oh my goodness, they were so thrilled. All right, well, that's all the time I have for this one. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. By the way, I really hope PCM20, when I hit the century mark for that one, I hope that the channel is large enough at that point that I could do a giveaway. It's not now, okay? Don't get your hopes up. But for next time, I hope that the channel is large enough that I could do a giveaway on the century mark, because it's a feel-good moment to get here, to still be going strong. Viewership on this series has not decreased at all in the last 85 to 90 episodes. It trails off from episode 1 down to 10 or 12, and lots of new viewers, lots of people who have recently caught up and just recently found the channel in the last month or 2 months or 3 months and gotten caught up. But the numbers are the same now within that 48 hours after posting as they were 90 episodes ago. So thank you. Thank you for sticking with me through 100 episodes. I don't know if we'll have 100 more, but I do know that we have many, many more episodes to come in this series, because there is so much yet to do. And I have every intention of running PCM20 content right up until the release of PCM21. I will not back down. If this series continues to have legs, it's going to have legs all the way until that release. So could there be 100 more? Actually, maybe. Maybe at some point we slow down a little bit on the pace, from 4 videos a week to 3 or 2. But for now, absolutely, it's not changing one bit. I love it. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in to 100 episodes of PCM20 Career Mode. And here's to what's to come later. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Be safe out there, and bye for now.